Welcome ESL to week 4 in the Lotus 79 series. We are at Long Beach for some street racing as cars are getting ready to hit the road course for the 2-lap qualifier. And there is Colby Pierce. Doing his warm-up lap. He was last week's winner at Iowa. We'll see what he can do today. As he crosses the stripe, gets ready for his first lap around Long Beach. As he goes around turns 6 and 7. What time will he lay down on his first lap? And it's Justice Blackwell on top of the leaderboard. In second is Bell Crano. And third, Andrew Green. We'll see if these times can hold up. One minute, 11 seconds, .491. That is the time to beat. And it's Chris Harvey on the pole. Andrew Green second. Yodi Logic third. Chris Lee with a good qualifying fourth. Nate Ironsides fifth. Stefan Ford sixth. Sebastian seventh. Axel Raven eighth. David Leathers ninth. And Freddie Trammell rounds out your top 10. Chris Harvey is currently tied fourth in points. As Colby Pierce, he is your points leader as he gained 11 positions after winning last week's race. But he only has a 4-point lead over Sebastian and a 7-point lead over Trunyan. So this is a big race, a lot on the line here. Drivers are trying to stay in contention for the Drivers' Championship. It's still early, but you do not want to fall too far behind. I'll be back in a few minutes for the start of the race. We are getting ready to start this race. 42 laps. And the green flag waves, and we are underway. As we already have a battle for second here. Andrew Green in second, Yodi Logic in third. There's Freddie Tremmel in ninth, David Leathers in 10th, Javier in 11th. And we have a car slow on the track, and that is the 47. Not sure what happened to the 47. It's hard to tell if there's any damage on that car, but he is definitely slow coming around, down 8 positions. So he must have made contact somewhere at some point. And Trunyan is currently third in points, so this definitely hurts that team. As he makes it onto pit road, finally. We'll see how long he's on pit road for. We're looking at about 17 laps on fuel, so 2 pit stops in this race. Andrew Green still in second, Yodi third. Trunyan still sitting on pit road, has been in there for a minute already. He is currently one lap down. See that 26 very close to the number 9. This race will probably come down to who has the better pit stops and pit strategy. It's going to be difficult to make passes here. Chris Harvey with your fastest lap in the race. A minute 10. He has some real good pace. Trunyan still on pit road, 2 laps down. And the 90 gets loose going around that turn. The 26 is all over him. Does he have enough speed to get by? Let's go through your top 10. Actually, let's go through your top 15 as we have Chris Harvey is your leader. And now we have a pass, so let's hold off on that. Chris Lee moves up to third. Trunyan is out the pits finally, 2 laps down, but he has his work cut out for him. He's going to have to gain some positions here to try to salvage his day and make some points. As you see, the leaders are right behind him. Is he fast enough to stay ahead of the leaders? You see that number 9 slipping and sliding. We have a pretty cool track, only 90 degrees. We'll see how well these drivers manage their tires the deeper we get into this run. So far, the 47, he is staying ahead of the leaders. He does not want to lose another lap here. Will the 26 be able to pass the 9? Now let's go down your top 15 with Chris Harvey, your leader. Andrew Green in second. Chris Lee in third. Yodi Logic in fourth. Nate Ironsides fifth. Stefan Forge in sixth. Sebastian in seventh. Axel Raven in 8th. Freddie Tramo 9th. David Leathers 10th. Javier 11th. Justice Blackwell 12th. Bell 13th. Colby Pierce, last week's winner, currently 14th. And Chris Webber rounds out your top 15. Behind Webber is Colin Pierce and T the Queen. Chris Harvey still holding on to the lead. Can he hold off that 26? As we're about halfway through the first stop. Before we get to the first pit stop here, about another 8 laps or so. As you see the number 8, he is also way off the pace. With the 47, he's doing a good job staying ahead of the leaders so he doesn't go a lap down. Chris Harvey laying down some good lap times. As we take a look at his lap times here. Graphics not working, but he is laying down some good times right now. Andrew Green holding on to second. Chris Lee in third, having a good run today. He's had some bad luck, to start this season. He is 19th with points. So he needs a race like today. Jody's in fourth and Nate Ironsides in fifth. Number 9 holding his own. As we get closer and closer to the first round of pit stops. That 26 trying to look for a little opening. It's gonna be a tough pass. With The top three are neck and neck. As Chris Lee seems to be getting faster the longer this run goes, as he has caught up to the top two. Now where can he find? He has to find a spot on the course where he can make this pass. First he has to get up onto the 26, but he continues to close in. Harvey seems to be very fast on these straightaways, but the 26 seems to be gaining ground, especially around turns 2, 3, and 4. As you can see, Trunyan in the picture still. He's not able to pull away, but they can't catch him either. Nate Ironsides moves up a position, moves up to 4th. Tony Logic drops another spot. So that 177 might be fading a little bit. He's already down 2 positions. Lee with the fastest lap in the race. Blazing fast, 110.012. He's 1 second behind his teammate Harvey. Harvey's doing a great job of keeping his distance from the 26. The 26 can get up to him. Then Harvey just pulls away. As we have some cloud cover over the track. It's down to 87 degrees, so a lot of grip today. When will these drivers come onto pit road, as we are getting very close to our first round of pit stops, maybe 2 or 3 laps. Anyone decide to come in early? As they go around turn 8 and on the straightaway. Will anyone decide to pit this time around? And no one decides to come in yet. And now Trunyan just laid down the fastest lap in the race. Unfortunately, he's 2 laps down. So they brought a fast car to the track. They just had a little bad luck to start this race. And now it's Nate Ironsides with the fastest lap. 109.687. Rocco Salone moves up a spot, passes Holdorf for 21st. And here we go, the first round of pit stops. Andrew Green comes in, Chris Lee, Justice Blackwell, and the 026, they all come onto pit road. Can they put together a great pit stop as the 51? He comes out ahead of Green, great pit stop for that 51. See the 13, Chris, he also pitted. As he's making his way out of the pit road. When will the number 9 come in? And here he is. And drivers score a point for winning the pole, leading a lap, and leading the most laps. Chris Harvey, Sebastian, Axel, Raven, Freddie, David Leathers, Javier, Colby, Chris Weber, Colin Pierce, Tita Queen, all come onto pit road. Chris Harvey comes out first, Sebastian second. And he is way ahead of Chris Lee. Great stop. There's Chris Lee. And Andrew Green. Stefan Forge still out on the track. He should be in this time around. Now, can he put together a good stop? We'll see where he comes out. It looks like the average pit times, it's like 41, 42 seconds. Can put together a great pit stop here. We'll see where he comes out. As the leaders are rounding turn 11, and Forge is done with his pit stop. We'll see what position he comes out as the leaders are about to pass him. And Stefan Forge comes out fourth. Great pit stop for him. Chris Harvey, still your leader. Northern Lights Racing, 1 and 2. Let's do a rundown of your top 10. as Chris Harvey is your leader. Chris Lee second. Andrew Green third. Stefan Forge fourth. Sebastian fifth. Nate Ironside sixth. Axel Raven seventh. Freddie Trammell eighth. Yodi ninth. And Javier rounds out your top 10. Now Trunnion is on pit road. Actually, he's coming out of pit road. And he comes out ahead of your leaders. He's still 2 laps down. He needs to catch a break with a caution or something. And the track continues to cool. We were at 90 degrees when we started this race, and now it is 83 degrees. So the track continues to change. Let's ride on board of 51 for a lap. Chris Harvey, your leader by a few car lengths. About half a second. Then it's Chris Lee and Andrew Green. And then it's Stefan Forge. But he is almost eight seconds behind the third place car. So the top three are on another level as they have pulled away from everyone else. And now you see the sun come out. So I wonder if this will have an impact on these drivers if the track starts to heat up. We definitely got to monitor that. The next round of pit stops, they'll be in about 10 laps. There's your top three. And you can see Trunnion and a 47. Trunnion a 47 and Ricky the number 8. So it looks like they might catch at least Ricky, because Ricky seems to be off the pace. So the leaders will catch that number 8 eventually. As you see, Trunnion has caught up to him. And now he's going to have to get by him. This might slow him down as T the Queen is on pit road. She is in very early. Not sure if something happened, but she is extremely early. As it seems like she did a splash and go, so is she on a different strategy here? We'll see how it plays out for the 17. And here comes Sebastian. So maybe drivers, crew chiefs are figuring, hey, we might be able to make it from here. So they'd rather be on the track with fresher tires than to wait another 8 laps or so and come in. So this is a very interesting strategy here. We'll see what the leaders decide to do now that these cars have decided to come in early. But your leaders decide to stay out. So those drivers are going to try to undercut, but how well would that plan work out? Trunnion's on pit road. Zach Holder, he just came back out. Now he's in between Harvey and Chris Lee. He might cause some trouble here. This might help Chris Harvey pull away, but he has to deal with Ricky as well, as they have caught up to Ricky. Ricky's gonna try to make the pass here on this straight here. As the 8 almost hits that wall. Now Lee has to get past Zach. And the number 8. But the leaders are not pitting, so those cars that pitted earlier are on a totally different strategy. But the 24 is definitely slowing down that 51. As that number 9 continues to pull away. That 51 is going to have to figure something out to get by Zach. And here he goes. He dives to the inside, makes the pass. That's what he had to do. He couldn't wait no more because Harvey continues to pull away. Now he needs to get by this number 8 as soon as possible. As Chris Harvey has almost a 4-second lead already. He is long gone. And here comes Chris Lee, gonna pass that 8. Goes to the inside to make the pass and finally gets by this traffic. Now he needs to try to close this 4-second gap. We know he has the speed. But that number 9 is gone. You can see Chris Lee in a picture there. So hopefully we'll see if he can close that gap. But we still have another, these cars still have to do another pit stop here. But these crew chiefs are playing the long game. They're going to wait until they're very low on fuel to come in. Well, Chris Lee has pulled away from the 26. That 26, he's stuck behind traffic. And there he makes a move on Zach. He got very loose there, almost lost it. Now he needs to get by that 8. So this traffic has caused issues for these drivers, especially the leaders. But now Andrew Green is 9 seconds behind the leader. And now he's finally going to get by the 8 here. It's tough, it's a narrow track. You have to try to make these passes. Now the question is, when will these leaders come in to pit? As we see Forge get by Zach. Now he's trying to get by the number 8. One will the 96 attempt the pass on the 8. This might be his best shot here, and he definitely gets by the number 8. And Chris Lee has closed that gap by about half a second. So he's definitely, right now, he's the faster car. And Andrew Green just laid down the fastest lap in the race. Well, he's about 9 seconds behind Chris Harvey. He has his work cut out for him. As we'll have 10 laps to go. When they cross the stripe. But when will they pit? These pit stops can determine this race here. You cannot have a bad stop here. And Chris Harvey decides to stay out. And the track warmed up about 4 degrees since the sun has come out, or 5 degrees. But then it got cloudy again. Now the sun is trying, it's partly cloudy day, so the temperatures will fluctuate. But a great run by the number 9 today. As Colin Pierce gets by Bell, moves up to 12. Colin Pierce currently 7th in points. Number 9 goes around the last turn. Will he come in this time? He does not. But the 51 does. He's going to try to undercut him here. This is probably his best chance to try to close this gap or maybe even take the lead. You have to take a risk somewhere, and this was the time to do it. Now he needs to have a great stop here without any issues. And he comes out of pit road. And he is back out on the track, and here comes a 26. And it looks like something happened to Bell, not sure what it was. But something definitely happened to Bell. So he probably could have had some severe damage. And it seems like Bell is out the race here. Now the number 9 is pitting. As well as the 43. They must have made contact somewhere. We'll see if they come back out onto pit road, but their day might be done. And here comes the 51. And the 9 is coming out of pit road. And he gets out ahead of Chris Lee. So that short pit didn't work out like he hoped. There's still a few laps. Maybe he can gain some ground. Axel Raven, he comes out onto the track. As we are starting to cycle through here. Justice Blackwell. Looks like something happened to the 024. And Javier comes in. These cars have not pitted yet. Right now, Forge is your leader. He was the last one to pit the last time. So this is their strategy. They're just going to stretch the fuel all the way and then come in. Javier comes out onto the track. Currently showing in 11th. Rocco is back on pit road, so they're trying to repair that car. So he must have made contact with Bell at some point, because those were the only two cars that came in. And maybe Justice too, because Justice is still on pit road. And now Forge is on pit road as your leaders are going around the last turn here. And Forge is coming out of pit road and the leaders just go by him. We'll see where he lands. And he comes out 6. And we only have about 5 laps to go. Justice Blackwell back out on the track. Rocco Stallone sitting on pit road. He's the only car on pit road as the 026 Bell Crano is in the garage. Chris Harvey's still your leader, but the 51, you can see him in the picture. Can that 51 make up some ground here with only a few laps to go? He's 2 seconds back. I mean, short pitting did help some. He gained almost 2 seconds. He's gonna have to gain these other 2 seconds out on the track here. So we only have a few laps to go. Let's go through your top 10. It's Chris Harvey, your leader. Chris Lee in second. Andrew Green, third. Sebastian, fourth. Freddie Trammell, fifth. Stefan Forge in sixth. Nate Ironsides, 7. Tina Queen in the top 10 and 8th. Good run for her today. Axel Raven in 9th. And Yodi Logic rounds out your top 10. Chris Harvey still in control. Still a 2-second gap between him and the 51, Chris Lee. Can Lee make anything happen? As Polly Truth is on pit road. Can that 51 find anywhere? Can find any little extra speed anywhere? He has closed that gap almost to 1 second. 3 laps to go. Go around turn 6 and 7. I don't think they'll catch that traffic up ahead, so I think they're fine there. There's not many laps to go here. Two laps to go at Long Beach. Does the 51 have anything left to try to get that 9? The gap is still 1 second, so he has not gained any ground. He's hoping that number 9 makes a mistake so he can capitalize on it. As the white flag waves, the last lap of the race. And Harvey has been in control the whole time. Unless the 9 makes a mistake here, the 51 is not going to have a chance. And now Tita Queen has to come onto pit road. And it's probably because she pitted way too early and has run out of fuel. And the number 9 continues to hit his marks as we go around the last few turns here at Long Beach. Chris Lee gave it all he had, but the number 9 wins in week 4 in Long Beach. Chris Harvey on the podium, as well as Chris Lee and Andrew Green. But a heck of a run by the number 9 and Northern Lights, first and second. Your top 10, Chris Harvey, your winner. Second, Chris Lee. Third, Andrew Green. Fourth, Sebastian. Fifth, Freddie Trammell. Sixth, Stefan Forge. Seventh, Nate Ironsides. Eighth, Axel Raven. Ninth, Yodi. And rounding out your top 10, the number 7, Javier Vasquez. But this was a great run for both of these drivers. Chris Harvey also needed to have a good run today. He is currently tied for 4th in points, and Chris Lee was 19th. So this is good for them. They needed this. Trunyan finished 22nd, so he's not going to be your leader after today's race in the point standings. But next week, we head to Pocono, a 2.5 mile track oval. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fast. Looking forward to that one. But congrats to the number 9. Up next is the next gen at Watkins Glen to finish out week 4. It's always a wild one at the Glen. That'll be up in about 10 to 15 minutes. But like always, thank you for supporting the league and supporting the stream. I will see you guys next time.